What if I told you there was a way for you to get quality inventory to resell on Poshmark and eBay that you didn't have to pay for, delivered right to your door? Do I have your attention? In today's video, we're going to talk all about consignment and how it can be an awesome way for you to get inventory to resell on Poshmark and eBay. My name is Ashley and I'm a reseller based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And consignment is one of the ways that I get inventory for my business. Consignment is an arrangement in which goods are left in the possession of an authorized third party to sell. When the item sells, you and the other person split the profit in whatever way you've agreed upon. I don't consider myself an expert in consignment, but I have had a few consignment clients, and the more I do it, the more I learn, and so I wanted to share that with you. Let's dive into the pros and cons of the consignment model. The first pro is a big one, and it's free inventory. Who doesn't want free inventory? In the consignment model, you don't actually have to pay anything upfront for the inventory. It just gets delivered to you, and that is fantastic. There's no investment for you. You don't have to spend money on inventory. You can just start selling and make the profit. Another pro is that you don't have to spend time finding the inventory and sourcing. I know that for me, sourcing is one of my favorite parts of reselling, but it takes up a lot of time, and you never know what you're gonna find. Sometimes you'll go into a store for 30 minutes, an hour and a half, and walk out with two things. Other times you'll come out with a whole haul. However you source inventory, whether it's at a thrift store, the bins, doing retail arbitrage, or online arbitrage, there's no guarantee that you're gonna find a whole lot of items. And oftentimes, the more items that you wanna find, the longer it's gonna take. With consignment, that time spent sourcing is taken away, which is pretty fantastic. With the consignment model, there's also potential for you to have access to brands or sizes that you don't normally find. This will really depend on your client, but it can be a great way to get higher end inventory or just have access to someone's wardrobe that might be different sizes from what you normally come across. And it can be a way to gain access to a whole bunch of new pieces all at one time. I love that about consignment. There's a few cons to consignment as well. In the consignment model, you don't make the full profit on the item. There's different ways that you can split the profits with the other person when the item sells, but in any case, you're going to be giving them some of the money that came in when the item sold. In learning about different consignment models, I've seen people do 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. It really depends on the person, their business model, the items, and a whole bunch of other factors. If you're gonna do consignment, you need to figure out what works best for you and be sure to communicate that to your clients. With consignment, it often works better with middle to higher tier items, especially once you take into consideration platform fees. With consignment, you don't have as much control over the items or the brands. Whenever you're sourcing or doing online arbitrage, you get to choose the brands, the styles, the items, the sizes, and things that you want to pick up. With consignment, you kind of get what's given to you. And one thing I'll say about that is that you don't have to say yes to everything. The whole thing can definitely feel like one giant mystery box or liquidation palette. Depending on the client, they might include brands or styles that you wouldn't normally pick up. And usually since it's one person's things, there's probably a range of sizes that they will give to you. And with consignment, there's a bit more like logistics work. You're gonna need to organize the person's items, stay in contact with them, and send them regular payouts. I have a spreadsheet that I use for my consignment clients, and I just duplicate it each time I get a new one. On there, I'll list out all the items, the size, their condition, and I'll also make a list of any items that I can't sell, list the reason why, and I'll work with the client to figure out what we're gonna do about those items. Sometimes they'll choose to come pick them up, and sometimes I'll donate them on their behalf. And then at the end of each month, I'll figure out what's sold, update the spreadsheet, and send them a payout. And I just do that via e-transfer. There's so many ways you can run your business, but consignment can be an awesome way to get inventory for free. The consignment model could be something that you add in addition to the ways that you're already sourcing, or it could be the whole way you run your business. This is your business, so you get to choose what works for you. And in my opinion, the pros of consignment definitely outweigh the cons, especially with the right clients. Have you tried offering consignment in your business? Now that we've talked about the pros and cons, I want to share some of my best tips with you. The first tip is to tell people what you do. Let people know that you're a reseller. Maybe this is your family, your friends, your coworkers, just anyone who will listen. And in turn, this can be a great way for consignment clients or wardrobe buyouts to come your way. I didn't proactively go find consignment clients. They came to me because I talked about my reselling here on YouTube, on Instagram, and in just my conversations with friends. My first consignment client was someone I previously worked with. She reached out to me in the spring and was like, I don't know if this is insulting, but I've got some things that I want to sell and I was hoping that you'd be able to help me. And I was like, that's amazing. I knew her style, it fit with my aesthetic, and I just thought it would be a great way to try something new. Also, this was during our lockdown, so it was a great way for me to get my hands on inventory, and she dropped it off to me. Another consignment client found me on Google because she was looking to get rid of some things, found my closet, and decided to reach out via email. Another client is someone who I've known for a really long time through social media and in person here in Toronto. She was doing Poshmark, but she also recently had a baby and she had more clothing than she was able to list, and so she asked for my help. By telling people what you do as a reseller, it can be a great way for you to get yourself more inventory and potentially find some new consignment clients. Also, word of mouth and referrals is great as well. Once you start doing this, those people will tell their friends, and that's just a really great chain reaction. My second tip would be to set clear expectations and boundaries with clients. As I've been doing this more and more, I've kind of got some verbiage that I use to talk to my consignment clients, explain what the plan will be and how we'll communicate, and take it from there. Usually they're just excited to get rid of their stuff and have someone else to deal with it. For many of these folks, these clothes are just sitting there collecting dust, and so it can be a great way for them to purge their closets and also make money on things that they just don't wear anymore. I don't drive, so I let my clients know that they'll need to drop off the items to me. I also let them know that I'll go through and inventory everything and let them know what I will sell and what I can't sell. And I also like to ask them if there's any items that they would like to receive a minimum value for. Maybe these are items that were special or have a sentimental value. You know, we all have those things that come from our personal closet that we're like, no, that can't go for less than whatever. So I like to know that in advance as well. Otherwise, they drop off the items to me, I go through everything, make a spreadsheet, put the stuff aside that I'm not going to sell, and start listing and set my own prices. With consignment, you want to make sure it's worth it for you. Even though you don't have to source or pay for the items, you're still going to put time, energy, and resources into photographing, researching, listing, storing, shipping, and all the other things that we do as resellers. You want to make sure that overall the deal is going to be worth it for you. And with consignment clients, I won't sell just anything. I want to make sure that it goes with my closet, and I'm very clear with my clients when there are items that I can't sell because they're damaged, they're stained, or just too worn. I know that some resellers will opt to just buy out the person's items instead of doing consignment, and in that case they'd pay a flat fee for the items based on the quantity of items, or maybe they'd pay a price per item, and that would take away some of the cons of consignment as well, because you wouldn't have the back and forth with the client, you wouldn't have monthly payouts, you would just pay the set fee, take the items, and be done with it. I haven't done this yet, but it's definitely something I'd consider in the future. With consignment, you want to stay organized. Staying organized is super helpful for your reselling business, however you do it, but especially when it comes to consignment. I like to store each client's items separately so they each have their own bin or bins depending on how many items there are. As I mentioned, I have a spreadsheet that I duplicate for each client. I also have some language that I often copy and paste into emails when I'm talking to clients about doing consignment, and I also have a to-do in my calendar to send out client payouts the first week of the month. My fifth tip is to make sure your payouts happen after the items have been accepted by the buyer. This is when I maybe learned the hard way. I had an item sell towards the end of the month, and so I just included it in my client's payout. Then the buyer opened up a case. After reading their comments, I got where they were coming from, so I told Poshmark to accept the return. I still might relist it and just do a better job at disclosing the item and probably lower the price a bit. So don't be like me. Make sure you only include items in your payouts that have been accepted by the buyer and you have that money in your bank account to send to the client. Now that we've gone through the pros and cons, we've talked about the tips, I've told you a bit about my process, now I want to get to the fun stuff and show you some of the gorgeous pieces that some of my recent consignment clients have dropped off. The first is this J. Crew gorgeous jumpsuit in mustard yellow in a size 16. I am obsessed with this jumpsuit. It is stunning. I love the color, I love the cut, I love the little waist tie, and it's new with tags. This piece is in a size 16 and it's already gotten a lot of attention, and I'm so excited for this to sell to the right buyer. Next up, we've got these Kate Spade scarves. I say scarves because there was multiples. This was from a recent consignment client who found me via Google, which is really, really cool. She was getting ready to move back to the US, and so she was looking to downsize her closet in a big way. And she said that when she Googled and was trying to find folks who sell in Poshmark, she came across my closet and thought our styles kind of matched and I had similar brands. And so when I was opening the bags of her stuff, like I kind of knew some of the things in it, but It was like Christmas. And there was one point where I got to the accessory bag and I was like, oh, all of this beautiful Kate Spade jewelry. And I just kept pulling out scarf after scarf after scarf, and they are so gorgeous. The one with the gorgeous forest fox print actually just sold right before I made this video, so that's great. I also love this polka dot one with the fuchsia outline. There's another polka dot one with a purple border. Anyway, they're all fantastic, and that's just been great, and they've gotten a lot of attention in my closet. Oh, this dress. Yes, I love this one. This is the J. Crew Edie ruffle gingham dress in a size 16. I wish this dress was my size because I love it. It is gorgeous. The ruffles at the top, the little waist tie, oh, it's just so cute. It also has pockets. Why don't all dresses have pockets? We need to carry things too. Thankfully, this one does. Oh, this one's the J. Crew Factory City Coat in neon flame orange in a size 14. This coat is amazing. This color is just stunning, and it is perfect for fall heading into the colder weather. It seems like this style is popular, and I realize this bright orange color isn't gonna be for everyone, but the people who do love it will love it. This is a beautiful Dag & Stacey brown floral dress. Dag & Stacey is a Canadian brand that's based here out of Toronto and has been around for about 20 years. They're an ethical brand, they're environmentally and socially conscious, and I just love this piece. Also new with tags. This Cynthia Rowley faux wrap dress is fantastic. I love the sleeve length, I love the faux wrap in the front with the little tie. It's made of a really comfortable fabric, and I think this is a perfect dress for every day. Can you picture this dress with like tights and boots? It is the perfect dress for fall. Oh yes, another treasure that I pulled out of the consignment bag was this Kate Spade navy and pink hazy floral midi skirt in a size 10. Just casual, new with tags, Kate Spade. Things that I don't think I'd ever find in the thrift store. Maybe I'd get through retail arbitrage, but this is fantastic. I love the print, I love the style. It is such a beautiful structured skirt, and I'm really excited for this to find a new home. I also really liked this H&M faux wrap bodysuit. I don't pick up a lot of H&M, but this is a solid basic in a great size, and I think someone will love it. This last piece I haven't even photographed yet, but I have to show you. This is a gorgeous Betsy Johnson dress. It's strapless, it has this beautiful waistband, and it's just ruffly, and it's got a gorgeous crinoline. This is in a size 10, and I just, I love this dress. There's a lot of dresses, but I love dresses, so that's okay. They're so fun to photograph and list, and all of this stuff has been bringing me joy. Consignment can be a great tool in your reseller tool belt. It's an awesome way to get inventory for free without any time spent sourcing or upfront costs. Consignment is definitely going to be a way that I continue to get new inventory for my closet, especially now that I'm trying to build up my inventory. If you're looking for other new ways to find inventory to resell, be sure to check out this video. In it, I talk about a bunch of different ways where you can find inventory to resell on Poshmark, eBay, and whatever other platforms you're on. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed, now would be an awesome time to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, friends!